Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with the Internal Revenue Service. Welcome to my YouTube station. It's the home of the 5-minute or less video. I can tell you everything you need to know within those 5 minutes. If you want to see me in a coat and tie, just go to my website at 777irs.com. I have been on the national news a bunch of times, like maybe 10 times in the last 3 months. They ask my opinion on various subjects, so I'm honored to be on major stations, not advertising. They actually interview me. So I do these videos for 3 reasons, so you can make sound decisions. I tell you inside information, and I have a plethora of former IRS agents on my staff. I worked at IRS for 10 years. I have been in private practice for 40 years, and yes, I am a national expert in IRS resolution matters, and my team is really the experts as well as myself. So I want to talk to you today about IRS audits and why you got audited. And if you want expert representation, you can call us. I just want to, this video, at least for you, is really going to be more educational. I don't like to do too much promotional stuff. I mean, I am who I am, so yeah, I know what I'm doing. But let me tell you why you have been audited, so you know. IRS has what's called a DIF score process. That's a DIF. It stands for the Discriminatory Index Function, and it's a score that you have gotten on your tax return. Everybody gets them. No matter whose tax return, IRS puts it through its filters, through its algorithms, and up pops a DIF score. That DIF score determines whether you will get audited. So here's the process. You go ahead and you send your return in. IRS takes it and it runs all its algorithms up and down, sideways, and boom, it pops up a DIF score. What's it looking for? It's looking for your income, where you put that on the return. It looks at your expenses, your deductions, your losses, credits, anywhere that you put your income and place the deduction on there. IRS puts it through these algorithms, and if you don't fall within the national averages, flags pop up because they're out of the norm. So let's say you make 100,000 or 200,000 or 300,000. There are norms within every credit, deduction, loss that you took. And when those algorithms run, you fell way above that. So that doesn't mean your return, in fact, is wrong. But IRS's algorithm says, that looks suspicious. Let's look at it. Well, that doesn't mean because you've had a high algorithm score or DIF score that your return is going to pop out. What happens next is that score, by the way, you're getting a reflection of my wife putting suitcases away. That's cool. Anyway, I better move over so you can't see her. But anyway, what happens at the end of the day, let me move this over. At the end of the day, IRS will look at that, and then they batch those and they send them down to revenue agents in every office in a local district where that case may go. When they in fact go ahead and do that, they decide at that level whether that case is auditable or not. Then the case goes back up to the service center. Then at that point, they decide how many cases that local office can take, how many hours they have to spend, and then a determination is made. At that point, I'm trying to block her out with my head, and then at the end of the day, they will decide how many of those cases go to the local office. Basically, they're looking for low-hanging fruit. At that point, then they send the case down there and you get audited. But let me tell you, so you know a little more. Just because that case goes back there, okay, that doesn't mean they're going to look just at those things. The agent looking at that may go ahead and say, this return really looks messed up. We better look into it and start looking more and deeper, and they may expand it to other years. So that's how the IRS audit process runs. So we have people on our team who used to audit those returns. We have people in our office that used to grade those returns at the local office. We have people who worked in the appellate division. So I just want you to know we're loaded. If you want to hire your own person who prepared it, good for you. Just make sure whoever you hire, anybody who you hire, has IRS experience looking at that. It's not so much about necessarily knowing just the audit. It's about really the negotiation that goes along. IRS may just say, we're going to disallow all that. Well, you can pretty much say, well, let's just go ahead and negotiate this whole ball of wax and let's just settle for this amount. So there's a negotiation within that you have to know. It's not simply black or white. And if you don't like that finding there, you can go to appeals. Chances are in appeals, you're going to have better luck. You have highly graded people, more skilled, and they want to go ahead and settle the case. And if you don't like it there, you can go to tax court. It's really better to try to settle the case in appeals if you can. Anyway, that's all I got. You need representation, let me know. You at least know the audit process. Give me a subscription if you would. We thrive on those because YouTube says we need subscriptions. So if YouTube says it, I need it. Leave me comments and questions. Happy to represent you, but I will answer any question you throw at me. Thank you.